let me.
It's what it looks like in my head right now. Is a beach. That's where I am at mentally.
Right, hang on.
Yeah, this
Because
There
this
you
is
go.
my happy place when my boss starts telling me stupid shit.
oh,
Yeah. I used to visit Benalmadena a lot, back when I could still actually get there. Ah, I love that place. I never went during the season though. Always went out of season because the last thing I wanted to do was encounter tourists when I was there. And it's quite
Yeah, no,
fascinating around Christmas because
we
it's still sort of like generally between 16 and 19 degrees
yeah,
over Christmas. So it's still quite pleasant t-shirt weather. And then when the foreign tourists aren't there, the Spanish go there um, on holiday. So you'll see all these Spanish holidaymakers over Christmas, all wrapped up in big heavy coats against the cold, while we're wandering around in t-shirts thinking, isn't this lovely and
isn't
warm?
this lovely? Well, it sounds as if you just can't win. Um, whereabouts is the holiday place? Where did you say? I've lost Fishy. Oh, there we go.
Um, I used to go to Benalmadena. It's near Malaga.
All right.
You're just saying random words now. None of that made any sense.
This is what we sound like to them when we're
Yeah,
like, yeah, Colt, Amboy.
You
I never
never
heard of
we went
send.
to we went to Pulaski.
You never sound like that to us ever. Yeah, so I've been at open day all day, trying to have it been forced to be nice to people and smile and go, yes, of course. So my cheeks are hurting from all the smiling. Why can't I roll a? Oh, there we go. Whee. That's it. It's gone. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. I think they can hear you guys.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
yes,
everyone.
they can. Welcome back. We are playing Mythras, which is a fantasy role-playing game based on the D100. And the party have been... This is episode 10 of this adventure. I have to say, I thought it was going to take maximum of 6, but we're still here. We're still here, which is beneficial. And before we get on
We're
to
all a
what...
bit slow.
Yeah, well, no, I'm enjoying it because it's nice just to sit back and see how you perceive things. Before we start, I think it's worth just having a quick recap on last week because there was a whole load of really poignant reveals. So Old Seller, who is the leader of the old woman, who is the leader of the rag pickers, via Badger, who is Merrick's informant. Can I call him that? Or do you want
Yes,
friend?
I think he's an informant, isn't he? That
Yeah.
works.
They went to Old Seller, and Old Seller told the party that the captain of Argent Reach, a guy called Captain Mikhail Lawrence, has been corrupted by the evil spirit called Discordia. And the party know about Discordia from before. They decided, along with when they were with Old Seller, to probably do some investigation, and then Rag, Tag, and Bag, or whatever they're called, came and said that Annalise had gone missing. And so they got this information. They then went back to the Copper Cup, and as they woke in the morning, lo and behold, the personal guard of Captain Mikhail Lawrence was knocking on their door to say that the captain would like an audience with them. They went off. They were allowed to wear their armor, carry their weapons, etc., etc. And Captain Mikhail Lawrence was very kind, very forthright, and basically said, we're here to help. But he was very worried because he said that Old Seller has been corrupted by Discordia. He also said not to worry, and they could do whatever they want. And they put his very friendly and approachable captain of the guard called Petin at their disposal. They treat Petin with the utmost disdain and went down and investigated where the sorcerer that they captured a couple of adventures ago had been killed. And they found that each of the cells have a little block that allows them to go down into the tunnels where the rag pickers would be. So that this almost like cemented this idea that the rag pickers were involved. Before they left, Merrick noticed a young stable lad, a young squire, keeping an eye on him and the party, but you didn't approach him or anything like that. You then went off to Annalise's house and met Meg and Fred, the housekeeper and the butler. Merrick tried to pick a lock into Annalise's room, was unsuccessful, so Cyrus picked up Bartleby and used him as a battering ram to break into the room. They then found that there was a note that started, if you're reading this, then I'm most likely dead. And they realized that Annalise had indeed gone to Captain Mikhail Lawrence 2 days ago and had not been seen since. Captain Mikhail Lawrence agrees with this, but says that Annalise went down into the tunnels to seek revenge and retribution on Old Cellar, and something happened. The party found out that and so I'm smiling because of what happened. Annalise had visited somebody called Sophia, who was a friend. Cyrus used all his charm and actually charmed Sophia and agreed to go to a party that was being organized by the nobles. And did I tell you the name of the group that kept meeting?
You did.
Glory Reborn?
Yeah, Glory
okay.
Reborn. That was it. Cyrus has agreed to pick
Otherwise
up...
known as Make Argent Reach Great Again.
Yes, that's exactly the tagline. Cyrus has agreed to pick up... Oh, Cyrus pretended that Merrick, Bartleby, and Lionel as well were his subordinates, his bodyguards, and he was quite wealthy, etc.
Pretend.
And so he's agreed to go and call for Sophia in 2 days' time to go to the party of Glory Reborn. And we finished there, just as I said, do you wish to accelerate time on by 2 days, or have you got things to do? And at which point the party said, we have got so much that we need to get done in 2 days. So I said that was fine. And I said we would start at this point. So, yeah, the big question is, can they remember?
Well, what it was that we wanted to get done, that's another matter.
Yeah. Just little things that you might remember. Mikhail Lawrence, the captain, actually said that the blacksmith was under suspicion. He also mentioned something, I think, about Tavin.
He was receiving goods in an underhanded manner. Where are they coming from? Is the question.
Yeah. They also mentioned the warehouse that you've been investigating and the runaway wagon that happened a few days ago. And
which Petin blamed that on the Ragpickers Guild, but didn't seem to actually have any evidence for this.
That is he didn't seem to have, apart from he said that they were in the area. I think that was his
damning evidence against them was there were urchins in the area at the time.
Merrick,
so that's good enough for him.
Merrick, why do you hate Petin so much?
It's projection. You just hate the upper class.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So we've got 2 days for you to do whatever you want to do. You can either go off in pairs.
One thing I remember we did want to do.
Yeah.
Is, despite my dislike of him, we wanted to have a word with Petin because he seems to be quite fond of Annalise.
Oh,
And
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
we wanted to see whether we could get him to investigate the possibility that Annalise might be being held at the castle somewhere, because we don't really have an excuse to get back in. And we know she's not in the cells because we've been there.
That is correct.
But we thought maybe if we give... we know she didn't take her armor or her weapons from her house. So the claim that she went to investigate corruption, surely she'd have been armed and armored to do that. So I'm suspicious of this. I don't think she ever returned to her house. And we were hoping that maybe we could get this information to Petin and have him start investigating as well as whatever we're doing. So that means, unfortunately, we need to talk to him, and he doesn't like me very much because I don't like him very much.
But that was true, and you picked up that Petin seemed to have a thing for Annalise, and he communicated that. And you're right about the armor and the weapons. They were indeed there. So that almost like refutes Captain Mikael Lawrence's story.
We also have 2 different stories as to why Annalise went to see the captain. Because if I remember rightly, the captain told us that she went to see him to accuse the Ragpickers Guild of being corrupted, whereas Meg, her cook, gave us the story that she went rushing off to speak to the captain after she visited Sophia. So after she found out about Glory Reborn, which implies that she went to see the captain about them rather than about the Ragpickers Guild. So we've got those 2 different stories, which make me deeply distrustful of the captain, because we can prove pretty much that he's been lying to us. But the question is, has he been lying to us deliberately, or have his people been lying to him and he thought he was telling us the truth? We don't know.
Wow.
There could be the situation that Glory Reborn is using the Ragpickers, which would make both stories true, just segments of the same story.
Of all the groups in the city, the 2 I think most likely to work together have got to be the Ragpickers Guild of urchins and thieves, and the upper class toffs who want to make Guardian Reach great again. I just don't see a natural combination there.
You really
Discordia.
You really
They
don't
could be
like
using the
upper
Ragpickers.
class, don't you?
That's true. True. Very discordant.
Arga.
What was that? Arga?
Make Argent Reach great again.
Oh, right. I thought you were shouting the name of a
There was an
cooker.
M at the beginning. Yeah.
I think one of our big goals is to try and see if we can do anything to find Annalise. And so even though it would be good to talk to Petin about this, and it would also be good to talk to my disliked NPC to see if Old Seller and the Ragpickers, I'm just taking the opposite argument here, to see if maybe they know anything about her entering into the tunnels. To be able to just like verify a couple more things might make it so we could be a little bit more deliberate about that. And
information
this
is power.
person's a
We
liar.
need all the information we can get.
And speaking of information, the other 2 tasks I think we have is we need to figure out how Discordia was defeated before. And like, no matter what we do, we're kind of stuck stuck at a dead end if we go there and it's like, oh, we needed the Crystal of Salvation. I think Amber Shrine.
That?
It's just a shot in the dark.
Our best hope for that might be the Amber Shrine, because
that's what I was thinking.
We should really be talking to the Guardians, but the last Guardian has just disappeared, so we can't ask them.
Correct.
But maybe the Amber Shrine knows something about it.
Another thing that would be really important is to gather more information about the Glory Reborn, maybe from the Ragpickers, to see if they know anything about this group, or if they're just like, oh yeah, we get paid all the time by them. Cause chaos. Because I believe we heard the Ragpickers were the ones who caused the wagon, the cart shenanigans.
They were accused of it by Petin, but he didn't have any evidence. It was literally
yeah,
just
that's
there
right.
were urchins in the neighborhood, and
that's
therefore
right. They were
must have
there.
done it.
He should have etched a sketch so we know for sure it was them.
No, it's okay. I did a doodle. Stick
There's a
figures.
doodle of a kid pushing a cart. I think it should be enough, right, Your Honor?
That
So we need to go to the castle, Old Cellars tunnels, and the Amber Shrine.
And these all sound like good ideas. I think they're very important, but we're forgetting the most important
oh
idea.
no, here
We'll
we
stop
go.
at a bar for you, Cyrus.
No. That's not. Well, obviously,
You need
that,
clothes,
but
don't you?
yes, I need to look good. I need to look dapper. Awesome. I need to look the part. So
It's not a
So-
real date, though.
every day it's a real date in her eyes.
Please,
You see, that's how dates fail, is when you treat them as not a real date. You can't do that.
and I also like to point out what happened the last time you had a interaction with a female, Cyrus. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I remember.
You
With
mean the
Melanie?
person I didn't have to pay?
No, you fell in love with a vampire, and I had to learn poisons. I specifically have lore of poisons because I'm not letting you get into that shenanigan again.
And-
Literally not reading the bell. I have no idea what you're talking about.
And
Yeah, your
This
character is
time,
blacking
after the
out.
win, what's a little bit of immortality, a little bite, a little slap and tickle, if you will.
And the last time Cyrus made fun of a female was Melanie. If people who ended up being a much more powerful sorcerer than
That all the
Cyrus
case,
was.
because they like kick her ass, but it's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. In Search of Insanity, that was called. I love that. Of my best ship adventure. Okay, so for best clothes and outfits, as you can probably imagine, the Merchant's Quarter is going to be your place to go. That is going to need I don't know whether or not you want to combine that with seeing Tavin or getting any information about Tavin, but he is in the Merchant's Quarters. So there's that.
And it's right next door to the Temple Quarter, so
Yeah.
we could also go and ask about how Discordia was defeated at the same time, or at least in the same kind of move.
Yeah, I think.
Fancy
And
we're coming from
that's
Lower District.
That's Brother Caldus. Is that who you want to ask about that, or do you want to ask as well as
that,
Old
I shall leave that to our good friend Bartleby, because you're the one who knows about
Yeah, we're going to
religious
Calais.
folks.
Okay, so is the plan you're going to divide and conquer now? Because you've got you've got 2 days, so you could all go, or you can.
I think we might be best sticking together, because if we're separated and another attack by darklings or sorcerers or whatever you turns up, that might not be so good.
Merrick, as if I would do
The
that.
moment we split up, you know it's going to happen.
I can see the darkling around the corner already. Peeking around the corner.
Okay. The other thing is, did you want to? I think, Merrick, you mentioned to Badger that the blacksmith was under suspicion, if you remember.
I did indeed.
Yeah, and I was just noticing that as you go round to the merchant quarters, you'll pass through the craftsman's.
Yeah.
So it's whether or not you want to make a stop there or not. You have told Badger to pick up and to go and inform him.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to do anything else, that would be.
It might be worth stopping in at the blacksmith, if only because we might be being watched by. Well, we're definitely being watched by somebody. We might be being watched by the captain's men. If that squire was watching us on behalf of the captain, He
Oh,
might
yes.
be observing what we're doing, having given us this information and set us out to investigate the rag pickers. He might be watching us to see if we actually do it. So turning up at the blacksmiths, which is one of the clues he's given us. And
yes.
for anybody outside, they're not going to know whether we're having a friendly chat or whether we are interrogating him. So, if we turn up at the blacksmiths so that at least they think that we are looking into the clues if they're watching us.
Okay.
You could do
And
good
you
cop,
could
bad
do that
cop.
on the way
Paranoid.
past.
I didn't hear that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Who asked you to say that anyway?
So paranoid.
So, blacksmith first, therefore, who's taking the lead? And is it somebody coming with them, or you're all standing outside? Or what's going to be your battle plan just in case something happens? Who's doing guard duty? Tell me how you're going to approach it.
I'll go in just to stand there looking menacingly.
Okay, so we're going into the blacksmith, into his shop, yeah?
I'll keep an eye out, just because we should have somebody keeping an eye out the front door.
Okay.
So I guess I won't go in, but I just want to be aware, so I can alert people if carts go flying.
Mm.
Who originally had contact with the blacksmith? Was it Cyrus?
I thought Cyrus spied on the blacksmith, but it
He
was
did.
you.
Yeah, I can't
it
remember
was
whether we actually
Merrick.
spoke to him or just spied on him.
I think Merrick has been the connection with anything to do with rag pickers because of your rather shady past.
Yeah, but that might actually be a bit dodgy because I do have a shady past, and I have been the most outspoken in favor of the rag pickers. So it might be viewed that I'm as likely to be there to warn him as anything. So it might be. I certainly shouldn't go in on my own. I should definitely have company.
You could take Lionel in with you, or Cyrus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take Cyrus.
Merrick, who you taking? Bartleby stood outside. Merrick's going in with Lionel. Come on, people, make a decision. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go in there.
You can't
We're
ask
gonna
me to
go
make
there.
decisions.
Three of us are going to go walk in.
Okay, 3 of you going in. Bartleby stood
Fair.
outside. Bartleby, do you have a streetwise skill?
Yes, sir, I do.
Would you please
Yes, he does.
roll it while it's... this is a good start. Remember, luck has replenished, and you have 2 nudge rolls as well.
Luck
Are you
be
doing anything
lady.
with that,
Um,
Mr. Bartleby, or not?
no, I'm probably just looking for actual like trouble things,
Okay.
people running at me with blades. You know.
So as you approach you sort of like going about 10 o'clock in the morning. So the craftsman's district is quite alive. There's lots of people milling around, and the blacksmith is hard at work. He seems to be creating a barrel. So he's forging the rings to go round the barrel, and he sort of like, to start off with, could all 3 of you make an insight check for me, please, as you enter? Captain,
let me get off.
Yeah.
I see that.
It's still good, yeah. So
Apparently, yes, all 3 of us can make an insight check.
so the first thing that you notice as you walk in, it seems to be more shock that 3 of you have come into his building, his store, his foundry. Not shocked as in I didn't expect to see you again, but more shocked that 3 of you have entered. And he sort of like looks at you and he goes, "And what can I do for you, fine gentleman?"
We have some questions to ask you. Merrick will say slightly louder than he really ought to.
Yeah. Questions? And then he says to you, Merrick, he says, "Oh, yes, questions about the job you gave me." And he says, I have it waiting back here. And he sort of like points to the rear of the shop, and he says, "Please come and have a look, and you'll be able to see whether or not you agree with what I have created."
As I head in then, following his lead, I shall mutter to him, "Do us all a favour, mate. Don't try to improvise."
He turns around to you and he sort of like stops, and he says in a hushed tone, he says, "I'm being watched."
I know. I think we're being watched as well. That's why we thought we'd come here asking questions, because that's what people expect us to do.
You haven't asked who I'm getting watched by.
Well,
Do you know?
no, but you can tell us that. I mean,
Well,
I know you're being watched by the captain's men. Anyone else that you know of?
he sort of like glances around a few
Maybe an
times
admirer?
and says, "It's one of Tavin's apprentices.
Hmm.
He's been lurking outside across the road and just, well, standing there. I actually got in touch with the rag pickers, and they sent some urchins to hurry him away, if you catch my drift. But
Yeah.
he was
Now,
back the day after."
I did let Badger know that the captain suspects your connection to the Rag Pickers Guild, and that people should not use your entrance.
Wise move. He says,
But if Tavin's watching as well,
"What should I do with the assistant?" He looks
I
at
don't think
you.
you do anything with the assistant.
he says-
I think you pretend you haven't seen him.
Maybe a well-placed bolt? Crossbow?
Now let's avoid starting any major fights with other people in the city if we can at all help it, because frankly, this city's got enough problems already. It's got external threats coming in, and the last thing we want to do is start an internal fight that they can capitalize on. So let's keep things calm. Just keep an eye on him. Try not to do anything suspicious. Try not to let him know that you know he's there. But if you come to believe that he has figured it out, then go the other way. Keep his attention.
Yeah, he sort of like...
If you think he knows, if you think he knows you're onto him, start watching him openly. He'll either go away, in which case keep an eye out because he'll get replaced with another apprentice, or he'll be so focused on you watching him that you won't really notice anything else going on.
Okay, roll your influence.
Oh, my influence. Oops, rolling it on the right mouse would be good.
Ooh.
Ooh, actually made an influence roll. It's not like me.
He sort of like nods and agrees with your plan. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Bartleby, who's been keeping watch using his streetwise skills, you suddenly notice, Bartleby, that stood down to your left-hand side, wherever you're standing, keeping an eye out, there seems to be an assistant who has appeared next to you and seems to be writing something on a piece of parchment. He's just stood there. You were keeping an eye out beforehand, and then you sort of like look down, and he's sort of like there, and he seems to be writing on a parchment, and you can see your fellow people inside. just gone to the back. Is there anything you would like to do, Mr. Bartleby?
Does it look like he's just writing stuff to do with business, or can I see what he's...
You make a perception check. I'm using the perception check just to see whether or not you can see without making it obvious that you're seeing or looking. Nice.
You peer down and see that he has written, "I have been watching you for some time and I'm a great admirer."
Yeah. you actually look down and he's written 3 people entered. That's what he's written on the piece of parchment. And your perception score, he hasn't noticed that you've looked, you spotted it. The other thing that you do notice, Bartleby, is that he's got quite nice cursive handwriting. It's well formed and legible, which is much better than Cyrus's, who you've been teaching how to read and write, I think, in the past.
Yeah. I'll just mentally note this. I'm not going to bother this kid. Is he dressed like he should be in here, or does he look a little bit more like upper class?
He looks more like a merchant assistant.
Okay.
He's
So it's not the case where he's
not an urchin.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's definitely not an urchin. So meanwhile, back in the blacksmith
Formed
shop,
a new theory now.
there's sort of like a discussion, and the blacksmith agrees via your wonderful influence roll, and he sort of like nods his agreement, and he actually, Merrick says, "Thank you." He says, "I'm not very good in this cloak and dagger, so I appreciate the help, and don't worry, I'll do no more improvising."
Good. Now, how well do you know Clavin's apprentices?
He says, "Well, I know them by sight." And he says, "I don't..."
By sight is good. I'm going to describe the squire that was watching us at the castle.
Oh, yeah.
Does that match your description of one of those apprentices?
No.
Right.
The squire had blonde hair and blue eyes, and the Tavin's assistants are nothing like the lad at the captain's castle looked like he probably did manual labor for a job, maybe horses or carting things. The assistants are sort of like weak and feeble and wear tunics, and nothing.
So he could
like
still have been one of the captain's guys then, or possibly if he looked like he did manual labor, it could be that the dock workers have also got people watching places.
Bartleby,
Could be that everybody's watching each other now in this city.
Bartleby, could you roll a streetwise check? Okay, yeah. Are you three? Are you looking at Bartleby or not?
Yeah, I'll throw a luck point for this one. Make it a 35.
Sure? Are you sure?
I do want to know. I'm getting suspicious after that kid was writing.
Yeah, you actually notice him roll up his parchment and start heading to the merchant's quarters. If you had left it, by the way, I was just going to say you look down again and he's gone. Because you wouldn't just see.
And that's how you get paranoid, like Merrick.
Yeah. So
Yep.
you can see he rolls up his parchment and he's heading northwards towards the wall. Remember, there is gates that you can pass through from one to the other. They're just not shown on the map.
Oh.
Bartleby, is there anything
I think the
you
last
would like
thing
to do?
Oh yeah, sorry, carry on.
No worries.
I want to follow him, but I probably shouldn't do that on my own. So I'm just going to hold on to this information I get.
Okay. Oh, you're going to
I'm just going to hold on to the information.
You could shock him.
But that's really loud.
That's always a possibility.
People are going to think I'm a harbinger of some kind of like doom or something if I'm just going around shocking people.
That is, You can. Is it
I
you
am Doom.
who has shove? Is it Bartleby that has?
That's Cyrus.
Oh,
I don't
that's-
shove people. I just electrocute them.
Yeah. You just dead leg them. Yeah. Okay. So you three. Is there anything else you want to?
Yeah,
talk
the
to-
last thing that I want to say to the blacksmith is that, as I said, the captain is suspicious of your connection with the rag pickers. His men have observed a lot of urchins coming in here and not going out, or at least not going out within the time they're watching you. So he might be suspicious of the entrance that you've got here to the tunnels, and he sort of sicked us on you. He asked us to investigate, and you're one of the things he asked us to investigate. So if anybody asks you, we came in here giving you grief about the urchins and asking what you were up to. Yeah, maybe we poked around a bit in your shop, but then we couldn't find anything, so we went away again. And that's why we were here.
He nods and says, "Got you." And then he sort of like reaches down and he brings out what appears to be almost like a pair of tongs, metal tongs. And he says, "On your way out," he says, "put these on the hook by the door."
Right. I will put them on the hook by the door on the way out.
He says, "It's a sign not to come in."
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to go barbecue outside.
No, he says, it's a secret code, so the rag pickers know not to come in if I'm under suspicion.
Right, of course.
And then we'll go out and fetch the others and move along, I suppose.
He just says, "What's a barbecue?" And then as you head back out, you meet up with Bartleby. Bartleby, what would you like to? Would you like to pass anything on?
Absolutely. I want to let them know there's some kid who came and looked like he had some merchant clothes on and took some very, very nice notes on the fact that 3 people entered here. So he doesn't know our
the
names.
blacksmith says one of Tappin's apprentices is watching him. So that would be him.
Yeah, he didn't even notice me, which is weird because I've got this big stick that I carry around.
Maybe it was because you're not a threat. Maybe, you know.
Yeah,
Or
I'll share that
or
with
it's
him
that
too.
face of yours, but it's fine.
Maybe he was just too focused on the blacksmiths and thus
Sure.
not paying attention to you because you weren't in the blacksmiths.
That makes sense.
Nobody
But yeah,
around
I
here
saw
seems
him
to be very
going-
good at any of this espionage nonsense. They're all just learning now, as far as I can tell. None of them are very good at it,
They're very good at it.
apart from the rag pickers, who do seem to have a
I
fairly
don't know. He
good
doesn't seem
handle
to
on
be
it.
that good. Like, if he's not taking detailed notes, just 3 guys enter. Sounds like the start of a bad joke.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
A
we're-
sorcerer, an archer,
Duelist and a fighter and a sorcerer going
duelist,
to the bar. Yeah.
go to
Yeah.
pub.
as you enter the merchant's quarter, Cyrus, it would appear, or I would recommend that you take over the negotiations at this point. You can have the other 3 as your servants or slaves or entourage, or however you would like to refer to them. Bartleby has been known as your scribe, and Merrick and Lionel can quite happily pass as your bodyguards.
I'm his doctor. I give him his medication.
Oh yes, yeah.
You
Oh, wait,
don't
no,
do it
that's
too
our-
often enough, clearly.
Keeps me virile.
I'm thinking of him, Space, actually.
Well, he can cast vigor on you, so there is some.
Not that he has to.
I have to cast perseverance. That's a miracle.
Yeah, I think he has. I think he might have enlarge as well, Cyrus. So don't worry.
Nope.
No.
Don't have enlarge.
Oh, do you not have enlarge? Sorry.
I have voice though. If you want to have a booming voice.
Well, based on some of my history, I also have ignite, but I think that just comes natural out.
Fantastic. Are you going to try to find? I'm just scooting over things now. Is the idea to try to find tavern or just to find a good shop to buy clothes in?
Actually, I want to go to a tailor, get something custom made.
Okay then.
But we only have 2 days.
There's a variety of
Well,
places.
customly tailored.
Choose what. Do you just want to choose a random place to go?
Yeah, based on what they have displayed out, I'll from there like, oh, okay, that's the kind of what I'm going for. Like, I don't want to go for the sporty look or the I just got done making horseshoes all day look.
Okay.
I want to go for the oh, I'm glamorous. Look at me. I'm
So
going for the pretty woman montage look.
So there is a tailor that you will be visiting, and just so people know, members of the orders can actually name places. So I'm going to take a name that was one of Chuggawugga's characters that I've had in my head for a long time, ready for a tailor. And the tailor that you're going to go and visit is called Gimpy Threadbare. That's the name of the tailors. It seems to be quite a high-end tailor shop, and they can measure you and fit you and give you, well, you can choose whatever you would like to wear. You know how many Argent crowns you have got. So please bear that in mind. I think in the actual... Oh, hang on. Where's my rule book? I think in the rule book it actually says about fine clothes, etc. Is that right? Does anybody have their rule book? Let me just grab my rule book. Talk among yourselves.
Well, that's a fancy hat you can't afford. Put it back on the rack. Okay, you can have the fancy hat. What a fancy hat.
I'm back. So are you going for something really nice or not?
Depends on how really nice things are. How expensive really nice means.
I really don't think you can afford that fancy hat.
So
Looking at the superior prices, and they're really expensive.
yes. So, for example, if you want a tunic or a dress, cheap will be 15, reasonable will be 30, superior would be 75 Argent crowns.
I would
Right,
like
of
to
course.
use commerce to try to talk the price down.
Okay, then. So that is an option. So if you would like to enter in negotiations rather than Cyrus at this point, then that's absolutely fine.
I could maybe help it out with my commerce skill a bit.
Remember, you can't do. You can't.
Yeah, this, I was just thinking
Oh,
the same
okay.
thing. We can't augment with the same skill. So
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
those of us who are,
Is your commerce
there's so
higher
many
than
of us with
mine?
commerce, and we can't all gang up.
Yeah.
I would say because mine's 70.
Okay.
That's slightly higher than mine.
Yeah. I could probably try to do a courtesy.
Right. So if you had courtesy, then I would allow you to augment commerce with courtesy, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I think, Cyrus, the thing that you need to think about is Lionel doing the trading for you? Is that his job? Or are you doing the discussion of the price? Thinking about
He's my assistant. He does the buying for me.
Yeah.
He's my ward. I handle his day-to-day affairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to some merchant. Ew.
Yeah. Okay. Then.
Working on a similar policy, could I give an additional bonus from my law politics skill, arguing in favor of that? He has to look the part for various political reasons in order to be a part of the.
So for you to augment the role, you need to involve yourself in the negotiations.
Yeah. What I was thinking was acting as his political advisor. If Lionel is basically his chamberlain and is doing all the negotiating and the paying, and if I'm acting as a political advisor and talking about how he has to have the right look,
Okay.
But using it in such a way as to be somewhat dismissive of the items here as being tolerable, I suppose, but perhaps we can find better somewhere else in the hope that the price will come down.
So, Cyrus, you're taking a completely back seat in these negotiations. So you're stood back there with Bartleby, your doctor.
I'm just walking around, like feeling the fabrics and whatnot,
Yeah.
and just shopping around.
So
Head high, not even making eye contact with the dumb merchant.
So, Merrick and Lionel, neither of you look like assistants to bartering, by the way, because of your armor and carrying a halberd around. So, what's the...
At least I'm not heavily armored, so...
That is true.
But I am carrying a big sword.
So, Merrick, and you do actually carry it, don't you?
Yes, yeah, he does.
Yeah. So Merrick, what is the level of your skill that you're going to use to augment?
So my law politics skill is at 39, which I think gives an 8.
Yeah. So your commerce roll will be augmented by 8, Lionel. Okay, so once you've got the augment on it, then roll it. And remember, this will be an opposed roll. The augment, if you go to your character sheet, it's up
the little plus sign.
It'll say...
It's on top of the sheet.
It'll say augmentation right up at the top. It'll say set or prompt. Okay, so if you click on it and send it to prompt, then every time you roll, it'll ask you for an augment. Let me come into your character sheet.
Yeah, because I'm having a hard time finding it.
Right, we'll just take it down to prompt. Okay, then. So if you roll your commerce skill now, it'll prompt you to add 8 to it. It'll say augmentation, and you could just type in 8 there, and it will augment it. Right, 33. Are you happily leaving that how it is?
Oh, yeah, I think 33 is good.
Okay, remember this is an opposed roll. So the higher the better. Are you happy with 33?
Yeah, I'll save the luck points. I'll save the luck points, and in the event if he beats me, I'll make him re-roll.
Okay, yeah. So I get 75, which will beat you.
Yeah, so I'll make him re-roll. I'll burn a luck
Okay.
point for the re-roll.
1 luck point down. And he gets a 40, which will also
still beat
you. So what was it, Cyrus, that you wanted? A dress or tunic?
Tunic, yeah.
And what were you going for? Cheap, reasonable, or superior?
Well, I don't think I have the funding for superior. Even if on a good roll, I was going to go for at least reasonable.
Okay, then. So the negotiation wasn't failed on your behalf, but it succeeded, but not as good as mine. So we're just going to give you it as cost price rather than it dropping any. If Lionel had failed or even fumbled, then you would actually have ended up paying more for it. So well, you don't need to remove anything, Cyrus, because you're not actually... Merrick and Lionel, we need 30 argent crowns.
Well, Lionel is clearly master of the Cyrus's purse. He's doing the negotiating.
So,
do you have 30 argent crowns?
The last bit I have marked, no, I don't have 30.
Uh,
Yeah.
Actually, no,
Okay,
yeah,
I can come
no,
up
I
with
don't.
14.
I could come up with 15. I could just like kind of
That
walk up and hand it. Yeah.
that'll be enough. The 14 and the 15 together will make up. So you've got a reasonable tunic. What color do you want it to be, Cyrus?
Red, obviously.
Red.
It brings out my eyes.
No, you got to go purple.
And do
Yeah,
you want
we're
any?
royal.
Do you want any braid on it or anything fancy?
Sure. If it comes with it, yeah.
You can have some gold braid
There we go.
on it, and they don't worry. They adjust the length of it for you. You know, because of your size.
Of course, it's tailor made.
Yeah. So the merchant says that it will be available tomorrow for you
Ooh, yeah.
to pick up. Bartleby, did you go into the shop with people?
Yeah, I was probably helping
That's all right.
Master Cyrus reach the higher up shelves.
I see. So Lionel is master of his purse, and you're master of his little step stool that he uses to get a look at high things.
Anything else you would like to do in the merchant's quarter?
Well, should we see Tavernhurst about his?
I was going to say, should we look in on Tavin?
Yeah, I wanted to try to, like, as we're walking around, like, keep an eye out for that kid. Trying to keep,
You didn't see the kid.
No, like, but my streetwise and like who, if we're being followed, because
Keeping an eye out for anyone looking
out,
suspicious.
yeah, because after coming out of the blacksmith, like we were told, like, oh, someone was taking notes, and like keeping tabs on it.
You can roll a streetwise to see whether or not you're being followed. That's not a problem at all. Yeah, it doesn't look like you being followed at all in this area. Merrick, you, just as a side note, you don't see as many urchins in this place that you've seen in other ones, if that makes sense. You're not too sure why. But none of you appear to be being followed at this present moment in time. Who would like to look for Tavin then? Is that going to be the plan? And how do you
Has
wish
somebody
to
dealt
go?
with Tavin before?
I know that if I talk to him, I'm going to say Tavernhurst, he's the worst.
He's the worst, yeah.
So that's my connection to him.
I think the last time it was Cyrus and Lionel that came to the merchant quarters the last time. And then one of the assistants came back through and they followed them through the gate. And then they went into the blacksmith. And that's how Cyrus then turned into a bird and went inside, or looked through the window or something like that. I think you're aware of Tavin. I don't think anybody has actually interacted with him yet.
Okay.
Maybe Merrick
Well,
and I should keep
to
watch.
say. I was going to say I hesitate to say that Lionel should talk to him, but it sounds like you have the highest commerce skill, which is going to give you the right kind of knowledge to deal with a merchant, isn't it? It's slightly higher than my commerce skill, so
Yeah. Buying all this steel, it ain't easy.
that's true. Yeah.
So, in order to find Tavin, Lionel, I'm going to ask you to do a commerce roll, just to remind you that when you get into social interactions, it'll then default onto either influence or deceit, depending how you would go. Yeah, so 50 out of 70 is a success. And as you start asking around in the shops, etc., about where's Tavin, the first thing that you notice, just roll an insight skill for me. Okay, so the first thing that you notice, are you going to look it?
No,
No.
I'm saving it.
Okay, so the first thing that you notice is that when you mention Tavin's name, what they tend to do is just point. They sort of like say down there, and you're asking people as you go through. You actually find. Can you see where I'm pinging down here? This corner plot here is Tavin's shop, so to speak. But as you get closer to it, you notice that it's not. It doesn't look like it's selling anything, and you can see that there's a queue of people stood outside who all look like merchants. And every now and again, Tavin picks up a little bell on like on a little stick and goes ding, 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 and the next person goes in and there's some exchange, and you notice that there's a handing over of what you assume is money in little pouches, and then takes that, and then Tavern writes something in a book, and then ushers that person away. So ushers the person away first, then writes in the book, and then picks up his bell again and goes ding, 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 and the next person comes in. Roll a d10 for me, please. Okay, so there's currently 7 people in the queue outside. There's definitely this. It's not a shop at all. It looks more like an office rather than anything else. And if you remember, Tavern's quite a large person, very obnoxious and finely dressed. Cyrus, you're probably just a little bit envious of what he's actually rocking at the moment. He's looking mighty fine. Mighty. Cyrus, just roll your commerce skill. Oh no, he looks rubbish. You have no idea what he looks absolutely rubbish. You think, good God, how gaudy is that? Yeah, Leonel.
It matches hair.
Yeah. What would you like to do? There's 7 people, and there's 1 person in there at the moment, and they're having an exchange.
So yeah, I'll eyeball the first 3 people in line to see, like if they're worth intimidating to cut in front of.
Okay then, roll your perception check. You think they're probably, well, they seem to be merchants. They don't seem to be particularly bulky or brawny or anything like that. You figure that they don't look like warriors. They look like mere merchants, and merchants can be intimidated in any way. Do you have an intimidation skill?
No, but
Okay,
I have, I was gonna say I do have oratory, and yeah, I was gonna
it'll probably
try to
it'll
talk my way.
well, it depends what you want to do. Oratory is more I'm going to preach at them. So that's what Bartleby uses when he's doing his sermons, etc. Or he wants to use it in such a way to get his message across. You would use influence if you wish to intimidate them. That would be an influence roll. Then, of course, it would be opposed by either their willpower or if they've got any other appropriate skill, but more likely willpower rather than anything else.
Yeah, I will then I will influence him. I'll go to the first guy in line And I'll tell him your shoe's untied and like use the tip of the halberd to like poke at his boot or
Okay.
like toward his foot. Um, yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't hang on, that won't actually require an influence roll. Are you trying to get him to step out of line or to take? That's what I
Yeah, I was
need.
gonna take his spot next in line, like to cut in front of him.
Okay, so you're going to tap on his boot. I'm assuming, therefore, when you hear the bell ring.
Uh, I would do it before the bell rings so that he knows not even to bother to get up if he's sitting down. To just be like, hey, like, don't bother getting up when that bell rings. Like, you should tie your shoe, regardless if he's got laces on his boots or not.
Okay, so you tap there, trying to get him to tie his shoelace. So roll your influence now.
Okay. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
That's all right.
There we go.
Okay, so that's a 38. So this is an opposed roll. So basically, with my willpower to be successful, for you to be successful, you need my roll to be lower or fail. Okay, so do you wish to change? It's That's interesting, isn't it? Because it went from an 83 to a 38.
Yeah, it just flipped.
Are you happy with that roll? You don't want to look
Oh,
at
yeah, because it was basically like a free luck point.
okay then. Here 19. So he is successful with his willpower, but because you won the opposed roll, he sort of like crouches down to look at his shoelace. What's going to be the plan now?
I'll gesture to the rest of the group and just, be like, oh, like, come on, we're next.
All of them together, or so when
I would
tell me again.
I would just to whoever isn't waiting outside as lookout. So
The party members.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. So are you waiting for the bell?
Yeah, we'll wait for the bell so that way we have the room to ourselves with what was his name?
Tavern.
Tabard, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll wait. Yeah. So we're just in there by ourselves. We don't have, a random person in there with us.
Okay, so the guy at the front sort of like reaches down to see to fix his boot or something, and the bell rings. And is this when all four of you are going to go into Tavin's shop?
Let's mess things up, guys.
Yeah.
Make it exciting. Let's throw some pepper in these eyes.
Okay, so Merrick and Bartleby, are you going in as well?
I mean, we should have somebody outside.
Yeah, I was thinking that Merrick would stay outside this time and keep an eye on things in case somebody is watching.
Okay.
And if Bartleby wants to do that as well, I'm not going to object.
I want to. I think I will stay outside with you. I want to see things through your paranoid eyes.
Okay. So Bartleby and Merrick, you can both roll streetwise skills for me. And Lionel and Cyrus, as you notice that somebody leaves, and then the bell rings, and Cyrus Lionel sort of like ushers you in, as well as you both could go in. And can you both, Cyrus and Lionel, can you roll a perception check for me? Merrick, are you lucking your roll or not?
It's not quite enough to give me a critical if I luck it, so I will just accept the fact that apparently I'm not being paranoid enough today.
Okay. Bartleby, you actually made your streetwise skill. So this place seems to be completely different from any place that you've actually been. in the whole of Argent Reach. There seems to be no urchins at all in this place. Not a single one. And Bartleby probably points it out to you, Merrick, as you look around, and it's almost as if this area is like a no-go area, and the urchins do not visit this place. Lionel and Cyrus, you walk in, and Tavern doesn't look up or anything. He just sort of like gestures to the chair, and without looking up or anything, he says, "Name."
So why does that? I would say for me, for my role, to say I wasn't paying attention, I wanted to use the buckler to jam the door if there's a door to close behind us, so that no one could just kind of stroll on in or anything.
Okay, then. So as you and Cyrus go in, you turn around and you slam the doors or close the door, and then wedge your shield in somewhere. Roll your brawn, Lionel, for me, please.
Sure.
Ooh, yeah.
23. Thank you. Okay.
Say so one for the rest of us, boy. Wow.
So, two things happen as you close the door and wedge it closed with your buckler. Bartleby and Merrick outside, you notice this, the door shut, and at the same time, Tavin notices this as well, and he probably notices not because of the sound, but of course the light has changed because his double doors have been closed, and he looks up at both of you, and he sort of like looks from one to the other, and he says, "You don't seem to be merchants."
Good eye.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I'll gesture to Cyrus to take a seat. We've got questions, and we hope you have the answers to them.
He looks. Cyrus, are you sitting down in the chair?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay then. He sort of like sees you sit down, and he sort of like almost like leans back away from you, almost like acting almost like disgusted. You know that he sort of like things, and he looks at you both, and he says, "Don't waste my time." He says, "I will not answer any of your questions, you ruffian."
We're not looking to rough you up. We have some questions in order to kind of save the town. And I feel like you're the one person that we need answers from.
Save the town? From what?
You're not the only person who's probably noticed that this town's constantly being attacked by outside attackers, right?
You notice that there's a flicker of recognition over his face, and he sort of like looks at Lionel and you, Cyrus, and says, "Well, my oh my, it appears that I have two of the Harbingers of Doom blockading them into my abode."
Look, we just have a few questions. It'll be fast, simple. We'll get out of your hair in a sec. Biggest thing, Lionel, you want to ask? You want to ask this? What we're looking for? No. Okay.
No, I was gonna say, like, I'm thinking of what to say, but I'm just like, my default setting is just like, to start roughing them up and be like, look, like, we need answers, like, you're wasting our time. But I'm like, I think we should take the peaceful approach. I want to stand there menacingly over you to intimidate him into like being more forthcoming.
Mm. What do you say? Should I do a influence check?
I need to know what questions you are asking first.
What's I don't know what question should be before first. I should think of the best. Well, because I don't want to ask him about like Discordia. I don't know if he's part of it. I
Well,
don't.
let's start with asking about the captain.
Okay. What do you know about the captain and his connection with what's the Guardian's name? Annalise.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Cyrus, roll an inside check.
Insight. Okay.
Okay,
I'll use a point of luck to try to
okay.
reroll that. I think, yeah. I feel like I could do better. No.
Nope. You notice that there's not a flicker of recognition
Okay.
across his face when you mention Annalise, and he sort of like in answer to that question he goes, "And Anna what?"
She's a guardian, just gone missing, kind of important person in this area, but it's fine.
He sort of like leans back and says, "Seriously, do you think I would bother with guardians?" What
I
was
don't
the
know,
other question you asked? You
the
said,
captain, and
"Oh yeah."
he seems.
Are you talking
Do you feel like
about?
he's? Yeah. Do you feel like he's acting different than usual? Like he has some ulterior motives recently?
He sort of like looks at you and says, "I have nothing to do with the captain. To be quite honest, do you think he has enough money to wear garbs like this?"
Yeah.
No, but he's got a force to help keep carbs like that on your shoulders.
Yeah.
The only person who keeps things on my shoulders is myself.
That's fair. Just a few more questions that we're out. Promise you. Take a second. On the lake, specifically in the dock section, there's a warehouse that's very unique in a sense that no one knows what's in it. Do you have any idea, as a merchant yourself,
I have
what's
no
going on there?
idea what's in it.
Do you know why one day it could be full of things, the next day it's just completely empty and no one knows what goes in and out? You have no idea.
I have no idea at all.
You
Do
have no
you?
idea, as someone in charge of the merchant's quarter, basically, that an entire warehouse is emptied in a single night.
Is
I
there?
find that hard to believe.
So there is something suspicious going on in the Dockland area, is there?
Yes.
Oh, that is interesting.
Keep an eye out. But and then last honest real question, and this is for me specifically. What do you know about the what's it the Glory
Discord.
Reborn?
Oh, glory. He says, "Oh, I think that's some kind of hobnobbing party that, well, deluded nobles tend to frequent.
Mm.
Well, I mean, anybody of class and stature would not be attending some random group."
What what's their whole deal though? Outside of being a whole bunch of secretive nobles gallivanting together, do you know anything about them? What their beliefs are?
He
Why they do
actually
it?
he leans forward to you and says, "I am not frequenting myself with the reborn glory or whatever you call it. I do not know."
Mm, I believe you. Um, well, again, hopefully this wasn't too much of a prompt for you for the 5 minutes of your time, but it has been very helpful, at least at
Just
this
before
point.
you go,
Yes.
I recognize you as Harbingers of Doom, although
Mm.
the title is is highly exaggerated. Do you have names yourselves?
I'm Cyrus. And this over here is Lionel.
Cyrus and Lionel. And where might you be staying?
Somewhere in the lower district. Just you know, we're visitors here, so we don't really have anything permanent
Somewhere
here.
in the lower district. Okay. That narrows it down.
Mm.
Anything else I can do for you both?
Honestly, if you need anything from us, you're a person of stature here. Uh, maybe.
Believe me, I need nothing from you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Roll your influence now, and let's see whether or not you can gain a little bit extra information.
I would like to also add, like, since I'm standing over, I'd like to like try to scan the page he's got open of the notes he's taken, like who's paid, like on his ledger.
Okay.
Damn it. Hold on. This is probably the day to do it. Yeah. So I'm gonna use another point of luck and try to get a better roll of that.
Okay, go for it.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Lionel, if you want to, I'm not too sure why you're rolling influence, but if you want to read
I
the
thought we were both
ledger,
rolling.
if you want to read the ledger, then roll a perception check.
Gotcha.
Cyrus, you from your interaction with Tavin, you definitely come to some conclusions yourself. The first thing is that he's unnaturally confident.
Yeah.
In unnaturally, as if he, I mean, Lionel is quite big and he's got a halberd, and you know, tales of your fire magic is probably through the streets and everybody knows about it, but he doesn't seem to be bothered one little bit. In the ledger, there's a series of names that appear to be merchants, and next to each merchant there's columns that say how much they owe, what payment they have just done, and what the balance of that debt is now. Bartleby and Merrick, you're outside, and while all this is going on inside, there's definitely some kind of commotion outside. The people in the line are sort of like they seem to be puzzled, and they're sort of like talking to each other. It doesn't look like they were bothered about Cyrus and Lionel going in. It seems that they're more concerned about the door closing, you know, as if they're going, why did they close the door?
Oh, Emilio, what have they done now?
What? Why are they? And you notice, you know, a merchant walks past and sort of like walks past the door and goes towards queuing up, and notices the door is closed. And Bartleby and Merrick, roll for me a perception check. Bartleby's away with the fairies. He has no idea.
Oh!
So close, so close.
So
But,
close.
Merrick, you do overhear. And the discussion seems to be, why is the door closed? Tavin never closes the door while he collects the taxes. Should we go in? Should we go? And there seems to be general confusion happening.
Yeah.
Lionel, if you want to use the information of the ledger anytime in the future, you know, like, for example, if you want to say to me, who owns, I want to go and visit the merchant who owes the most, then I can make that happen rather than just giving you a huge list of all
Yeah,
the
that was
numbers.
good. That
Spreadsheet.
was going to be my immediate follow up. Was that like who's the biggest debtor? Like who has the biggest balance that I saw?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's really interesting because the person with the biggest debt is actually the tailor that you use your commerce on at the Gimpy Threadbare shop. He's the one that actually has the highest amount of debt. Cyrus, is there anything, and Lionel, is there anything else you need to do or act in Tavin's room or office?
I just want to thank him for his time and remind him that even though we seem to be below him, we can be a very useful ally and get things
Ooh.
done here.
Is this to try to form an alliance?
Kind of, but it's rather to, instead of just like shitting on everybody and
Well,
get everyone to dislike us. I'm trying to. He seems to be like a powerful guy
so your
in the town.
influence was what? 33?
33, yeah.
Yeah, okay, then let's see what his willpower comes up as. Right, okay, then he sort of like looks at you and he points to you, Cyrus, and if I need you, Cyrus, you will be the first of the Harbingers of Doom that I contact.
I'll do a nice little curtsy and then head towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
As you, go for
I
it.
was just gonna stop him and just pop the shield off the door before
Yeah.
opening.
And the door opens and you see the outside. And as you walk away from Tavin's shop, he says, "Any damage you will need to pay for." As you walk
I just do
out,
that as I walk. As I walk backward, I just do that.
was that a
A
thumbs
thumbs
up?
up.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
And you notice as they walk out, Bartleby and Merrick, that it's almost like once the doors are open again, everything goes back into a line, if that makes sense. And shortly after they come out, you hear ding, ling, 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 and the next person just sort of like goes in. And it's as if there's been a slight bump in the morning procedure, but that's it. Nothing else. Okay, it is 30:30, so we will take our break at this point. We'll be back at 1:45 the hour, 46 minutes past the hour. And we'll see the next area that people are going to is the Temple Quarter. And this is when we'll see Bartleby spring into action. Okay, we will be back real soon.
Yep. Bartleby will just suddenly become a dominant force the moment we get into the Temple Quarter. It'll be all about Bartleby, and the rest of us will be entirely in his shape.
Somebody is going to need a real powerful miracle elsewhere on the planet. I'm sure there's another Church of Amriel somewhere over there. And, you know, I wouldn't want to use a shield spell to avoid getting dirt on my face if a shield would be better used for somebody on the other side of the planet to not burst into
out
flames.
of interest, I think it would only be fair. Say, for example, you go down the line of roughing people up or things like that, then I think it always be fair to then create a passion for it. That you then have to roll and almost like to avoid roughing people up, if that makes sense. You know, your
To quote Sigourney Weaver, the problem with using guns is you get into it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be one of these, a bit like Cyrus has to avoid drinking. You know, it would be more, the old woman says, "Please do not hurt me." And I would say, "Well, your passion."
Oh, bash.
Oh, hard luck, bash.
Don't tell me what to do, old lady.
Exactly. So, because what I'm never keen on for RPGs is, and it sounds a bit strange, is the player deciding the actions. I always think the character should decide the actions, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it? You get a lot of the time, you get if you put a rule into a game that forces a character to behave in a certain way, that's the thing that most players will object to. But actually, all that is mechanizing aspects of the roleplay as an assistance to the
Yes.
player. Because there are loads of times in real life where we don't actually decide how we're going to react. We react, and then afterwards we go, I shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
And that doesn't happen to player characters because the mechanics aren't there for that, because people don't like those mechanics.
Yeah.
But the passions give you that, and I like that.
100%. And I think is it your character, Fishy, that has, I'm sure your M space one has something that you roll to see how confident
I've got both my M space and oh damn, what's the classic fantasy one have passions that I tend to roll against, because in classic fantasy he's got his habit of irritating people that gets rolled. And then in M space I've got pacifism, so I'm having to roll against that anytime I want to take any kind of aggressive action. And I think it adds something to the characters. I think they're much more interesting as a result.
Yeah, and I mean, think, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, it's for me why I added being a gambler and like a hatred towards cowardice, so like to act on against my own safety, like, when I should be running away to save, myself, like,
so that would come into play if say, for example, a huge dragon comes down now, which, as we know in Mythras, would just wipe the whole party. It's almost like everybody runs, so Lionel will have to roll his passion, and what we would do is adjust the difficulty grading accordingly. So if it's because it's a massive dragon, you might roll it and you'll have to get if you get a formidable or Herculean, then you stay. If you get any of the others, you're running, and that's it. And then what we can do is adjust the passion. I think, Merrick, your characters do this. You use your skill rolls to adjust your passion, to either make it better or worse.
It's also something that we often forget, is that it also works the other way around. You can augment a skill with a passion.
Correct.
Of course.
Yeah.
So say, for example, I mean, none of us have got it at the moment, but say one of us had some kind of passion about wanting to protect Argent Reach. Anytime that we were in a combat, for example, where that is at stake, fighting off the Darklings, potentially that passion could be used to enhance attack rolls during that, because you're then fighting for that passion.
So what I find interesting is that Cyrus has a passion. I'm sure Cyrus has a passion. Well, I'm looking at it. That is actually called Hatred of Merchants.
Yeah.
Gosh. And we sent him to talk to Tavin. That was not a good move.
Exactly. Now, before,
I thought it'd be funny.
Before we leave the merchant quarters and go to the temple one, I just want your opinions about something. So when I'm rolling my opposed rolls in this session, I've just been rolling a 1d100, okay, because I know the skill level, and so I've just been rolling that. But the other option, and I'll show you, is for you to see something like that. Now, seeing that,
I don't think we should know what his skill is, and that shows us what his skill is. So if we have no reason to know it, I think you're doing it the right way.
Yeah. So I'll just roll a percentile dice, and then I can work out whether or not it's a critical or everything, because I've got the passion. the other thing, Captain Kangaroo, when I was eating my honey on toast, I feel that I shortchanged you because you used your influence skill. And what I think we should have done is roll a pose check to see whether or not you could actually make an impact. So I'm going to give you an option. It won't change the information you get or anything like that, but it will change how Tavin responds to you. So, for example, if you are successful, then he will be wary of you. He hasn't given you anything that he could have given you, if that makes sense. Everything that he's given is correct, but I'm going to give you a choice. So you rolled your influence, which is 52, and you got a 33. Okay, so your choice is this. You can either keep with that roll of a 33, and I will oppose it with my willpower or my influence. You can have a choice which one you want me to roll, or you can roll it again. And I'm going to make it super nice to you that if it's higher than 33, you can take that roll. But if you fail, we take the 33. Does that make sense?
I guess I'm not a I'm not great with statistics, but I'm going to keep with my 33 because I feel like if I re-roll, I only have essentially I'll be fighting for
if you
19 points essentially. Somewhere in the 19 points better.
Okay then. So that's your influence. What do you want me to roll? Willpower or my influence? I'm happy to roll either of them since I
willpower.
Made a mess. Are
I
you
feel
sure?
like his influence. I think his influence is high because of how he's a merchant. His stature. I think his influence is high, unless I could be wrong.
Okay.
Over his willpower.
So you want me to roll willpower, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my D100. So I got a 20, which I actually do succeed. However, that's not as high as yours. But Tavin has luck points. So he's going to take his 20
reverse it.
and reverse it, which means he will get a critical, which means he wins. Now, just to let you know, and I don't mind you know this, he's got 1 luck point. But all the major characters from now on have luck points, as well as being able to do combat specials, etc. But cool. That would be a good use of his luck. So yeah, he's still obnoxious, but people please remind me so I don't forget in the future. Bartleby, we're coming to you as you make your way to Brother Kaldos?
Correct.
Okay, then. Yeah. What would you like to do or say?
Well, before we enter, I want to kind of look to the group and be like, if you're coming in with me, you're going to need to be normal. Behave. I've done some work with Brother Kaldos, and I don't want to.
Anyway?
I'm going to look directly at Cyrus and only at Cyrus. No snide remarks about any of the magic. No nonsense about the incense or the chimes. No arguing with him as if you already know the myth that we're trying to learn more about.
Cyrus nods.
So we're all going to be normal about this.
Cyrus is going to leave. He's just going to walk away.
That concerns me a little bit more because if you're wandering around the temple quarter,
yeah,
Well, he's not listening to me anymore, anyways.
He's unsupervised now. That's dangerous.
I'll go with him. I'll follow him.
Okay, perfect.
Merrick, are you going with Bartleby as well?
Much though I dislike the idea of Cyrus and Lionel unsupervised in the temple quarter, yes, I'm going to go with Bartleby.
Okay, so the first thing that you both notice is as you approach Brother Kaldos's shrine or shop or abode, you notice that the door's actually closed. It's the first time you've actually seen it closed, I think. I think he's always been there in the past.
It's usually open.
Yeah, but the door is actually closed. There's still his, what Cyrus would call superstitious garb around the place. So all his fetishes and his bone chimes, etc., are still up, but his door is closed.
I will give it a confident knock on the upper half. Knock, knock, knock.
And you wait for a while, and there's no reply. And while you're stood there, somebody from across the street who's just come out with a bucket of water and just sort of like cascaded it over the cobbles in this street. And it seems to be a rather rotund, robust lady. She seems to be, you judge her to be maybe a cleaner, or it's not high noble fashion or anything like that. And she shouts across to you, "He's out!"
I'll turn to her. Where is he? Brother Kaldos.
"Not here."
Do you know when he'll be back?
"Oh," she says, we left 2 days ago."
2 days.
2 days ago.
That's worrying.
Yeah, it is.
She says, "I saw him go. If you would like some more factual information."
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
Anything
across
that
the
you can
street.
tell us, good wife.
"Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a humble shopkeeper here. You can cross my palms with argent crowns, and that might give you some more information."
Can't I spent all my money on
On Cyrus's
bloody
outfit.
shirt.
Okay, I'll because she probably doesn't have like destroyed shoes or
No.
Dang it.
She probably wants the good stuff, the stuff you could buy wine with.
See,
Exactly.
this is why, a little bit of intimidation goes a long way.
I will give her 2 argent crowns.
"Oh," she says, you humble an old woman or middle-aged woman like me." And she quickly sort of like grabs them and slips them down the front of her amply filled top of her dress. And she says, "Well, if you want to know, I thought there was something quite wrong with him. He seemed to turn up and spend his time muttering to himself, and he didn't seem to be himself. He seemed to be anxious about something. He was easily distracted, and then we all saw him. He suddenly collected a whole load of stuff from his shop, put on his travelling cloak, and closed the door and left."
What direction did he go?
She points to the north and says, "Well, it looked like he was going to the north gate."
North Gate. Oh, bugger.
I, being a kind neighbour, I shouted after him, "Where are you going, brother?" I said. And he says, "No worries, I'll be back by nightfall."
And this was 2 days ago.
Yes. And to be honest with you, I've never known him leave the city ever. Very strange.
Hmm.
Oh dear. Thank you again for your help.
Oh, my pleasure. And if you ever need anything, my name's Mabel, and I'm able to meet your needs.
Well, I
I'm sure
appreciate
you are.
appreciate it. The information you've provided will be very helpful to us. Hopefully, we can find him and return him here soon.
I hope so too. I think my lucky charm has lost its luck. Although I did see two fine men heading off down the street a few minutes ago.
Do you have your lucky charm on you?
Oh, yes, always. And she reaches down the front of her dress and brings out what seems to be a small rabbit's foot that is quite wet, damp.
Sure.
From where it's been. And she says,
Not so lucky for the rabbit.
I always keep my lucky rabbit foot on me.
It doesn't appear to have any like sigils on it, does it?
She goes, "Sigils? No, it's just a normal rabbit foot. Brings me luck." And she slides it down her cleavage and gives it a slight pat. I'm not going to lose it in there, I tell ya.
You told me. I'll gesture to Merrick. We best be
Get it.
finding our friends.
All right. Well, if you ever want
Indeed.
any more information, Mabel's your woman, yeah? And she gives you a
Well,
wink.
if you've seen a guardian walking around, I mean,
Oh, they're all dead and gone, the Guardians.
yeah.
I hope not.
Except for Annalise, the last guardian.
Anna who?
Annalise, one of the guardians, the last one, lives in the Noble District.
No. They've been gone ages. We don't need them, see? We don't need them anymore. Now, let's see who's surplus to requirements. That was the phrase used.
Well, I don't want to harbinge any doom, but I don't think they are as surplus as currently believed.
We have nothing to fear. We have you.
Mabel, how knowledgeable are you about the Noble District and all the nobles?
Noble. Oh, I don't go there. I am purely a religious lady.
So you've never heard of anything like Reborn Glory or Glory Reborn or whatever?
No, but it sounds interesting.
Yeah, the religious ladies. Anyways, okay. Well, if you do hear
Bartleby
anything,
should have a passion that is called something like "avoid being flustered." when you're interacting with people. Yeah, go for it.
I'm always flustered.
Yeah,
That's my secret. Well, okay. If you do find anything about any guardians or if you see Brother Caldas, can you make sure he knows we were looking for him?
Where are you staying then?
The Copper Cup in
Copper
the Lower District.
I'll pass on the message if I see him. Although he's never been out the city, I would have thought he would have been back, well, before nightfall. 2 days. 2 whole days.
Well, he might not be out of the city. Isn't there some legend about tunnels running under this city?
is meant to be those urchin types are meant to run like rats down there.
Not a big fan of the rag pickers.
Well, they're all right, but I mean, they don't give me coins like you do.
That's fair. They
Urchins
take
don't-
coins.
probably don't have any coins.
If I see Brother Kaldos, I'll get in touch or send him to see you, if that would be better.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I need.
That would be grand.
Do you wish she sort of like gets back on with her business? She seems to be cleaning some kind of white cloth, and she's got a bucket of water, and she's using a scrubbing board to sort of like clean it, and then she just throws the dirty water into the streets. Is there anything you would like to do about Brother Kaldos's shop or shrine? Yeah.
Well, I want to move over towards the shop with Merrick, kind of lean in and be like, do you think there may be any value to entering unrequested?
There might be some clues as to where he's gone.
That's what I'm
Maybe
concerned
just
about.
check whether he's locked the door. Has he locked the door?
You give it a slight push. It doesn't look like it's even lockable.
Oh, well, in that case, that's an invitation in my book. If the door's open, we're welcome to go in. Take a quick look around, see if we can find any clues.
Yeah, are both of you going in?
Reluctantly.
I think so.
Just as you go in, Mabel sees you going in from across the road and shout, "If they got any more lucky charms or that potion to get rid of warts, can you grab me a potion? I really need it at the moment."
I'll check his prices, Mabel, but I suspect it comes in at 2 Argent crowns.
Yeah, well, maybe. She doesn't look like she's got 2 Argent crowns to rub together when it comes to
She
her
has at the
brain
moment.
power.
I just gave her two.
Yeah,
She
but
definitely has to have
they're
some.
just lost it in her ample bosom at the moment. She'll probably not see
Yeah.
them for a long time.
That's how rent feels sometimes.
So I tell you what, it does feel like tax from somebody who has to do self-assessment because of his income over a certain threshold. I tell you, I had arguments about self-assessment. I tell you, you open the door, and it's quite dark and musty in here, but that's normal. Just to let you know, when you look inside, there seems to be, Bartleby, you've been in here before. There doesn't seem to be anything out of place. They don't seem to have wrecked the joint or anything like that. The only thing that you do notice is that one of the ink wells on Brother Kaldos's desk has been tipped over, and some of the ink has leaked out and has been soaked up by some parchment, but the ink and the parchment is dry, which would actually collaborate with the story of it maybe happening
a couple of days ago, at least.
Yeah. And there seems to be nothing out of place. And Bartleby, you do notice that there's a potion that says used to remove warts from the outside.
Okay. I'm ignoring that
Okay.
because I want to mention to Merrick my last experience here. I tried to see if there was anything truly magical here, and I saw something a little disturbing behind Brother Kaldos. It's really
That is
briefly,
true, yeah.
but I saw like a shadowy figure of some kind, large, strong.
Could it be
Discordia.
like one of Tarek's spirits?
I don't know anything about spirits is the problem, so it wasn't illuminating.
I'm just saying, in terms of what you observed for that time that we were traveling with Tarek, did you see that kind of thing around him?
I'm going to look into my memories because I don't think so, but I know as a
Yeah.
player I saw it.
You hadn't seen anything similar, but you have seen haunts before.
Yeah.
'Cause I think one attacked you really early on in the game.
I've been possessed and attacked by one.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it
Yeah.
looks very similar to something like that, but it was a lot bigger, and you only caught a glimpse of it,
Yeah.
rather than saw it for real.
I know that was, I think, because I got a critical, but
It
Bartleby
was.
wants to see if there's any possibility of seeing that again or identifying anything that might be dangerous in here
Okay,
with a little bit of Amriel's vision.
well, roll your folk magic.
Give me a little bit of space, Merrick. Just step away because it's all in the arms for this spell. 37 of 99.
Yeah, you sort of like look around. There seems to be almost like background magic in this place. There's no sign of that big spirit or monster or aura that you saw before. You notice that there's, say, a bookcase that's got the remnants of a repair on it, or something's being tidied up by a folk magic spell. There's nothing seriously magic in here, but if Brother Kaldos, as you know, is an animist, you know that their power mainly rests in spirits. You do, however, notice that in the back of the shop, there seems to be a dagger that seems to be radiating magic.
Interesting. I'm going to point at the dagger that probably just looks like a regular dagger to Merrick.
It's
That's
a
very
dagger.
interesting. But it's a very interesting dagger. I'm going to make my way over to it.
I will take a look at it. You know, from my point of view, as someone who knows how to fight with a dagger but knows nothing about magic and can't see any magic in it. Is there anything interesting about this dagger?
If anything, it seems to be a poorly constructed dagger. You notice that the blade has a sort of like a chink out of it. There seems to be no scabbard with it at all.
The only interesting thing I can see about this is that I'm interested as to why anybody would keep this piece of junk.
Okay. It's a very strange thing to say. I want to get closer to it and examine it, like see if the magic auras like sting at my hand as I get close to it.
No, it's really strange when you get close to it. Are you touching it?
If I'm able to, but as I slowly approach it, if it like does a little zap or something, then I won't.
Yeah. So as you get close to it and sort of like pick it up, it feels that the magic is inside the dagger rather than wrapped around it. It seems to be emanating from within. So you notice at the edges where it's very thin, the magic is very low there. But in the main backbone of the blade, you can see it more, and it also goes right the way down to the hilt. When you feel it, it feels strange to you. It definitely feels strange.
Merrick, it feels so strange, and it has such interesting craftsmanship.
Well, I mean, it's strangely blunt, and it's got a nick out of the blade there that looks a bit too significant to be polished out with a whetstone.
I'm gonna hold it up with both hands, trying to catch some of the light, maybe from a shuttered window or something on it. The magic is within it. I haven't seen something this powerful since I've arrived here. Like, there's nothing magical in this town.
I'll have to take your word for that. And if it is a magical dagger, why is it just left lying around here? Why hasn't Brother Keldas got it with him?
Because it's probably only really good at chopping vegetables.
I'm really tempted
I
to
wouldn't
say
say
to
it was any
Merrick,
good even at that.
I'm really tempted to say to Merrick, Bartleby looks like he's possessed. Quick, do.
He's acting very strangely, certainly.
Yeah, over a dagger. Go for it.
I think I should bring this to our sorcerer Cyrus. He might know more about this.
Ooh, you're stealing it then.
Look, Mr. Man in the Sky. Look, I'm not guilty. I'm trying to save this town.
I see. So that justifies.
I will return it.
The end justifies the means.
Correct, I say to myself, and I'm gonna put it in my backpack. I'm gonna wrap it
Don't
in
look like it's worth much, so
Oh my
I don't think
gosh.
you'll miss it.
You're always paranoid about the wrong things.
Not
Okay.
paranoid, I'm just saying it doesn't look like it
I'm gonna wrap
it's
it
an
up
old,
in
blunt,
cloth.
badly put together dagger. I know. Who's going to miss that? Unless it's an heirloom or something.
And
So
put it in my backpack.
I'm going to fast forward because you've been doing a lot. So I'm going to say that 2 days have passed. The only thing that you haven't managed to do is talk to Petin. Okay. And
Yeah, we did want to have a word with Petin about trying to
also,
sick him onto looking for Annalise.
yeah. And the other thing was, how was Discordia defeated last time? That was the
Yeah,
other
but we were
thing.
going to ask Kaldos about that, and he's not here.
Yeah, and he's not here. So let's move forward in time. And you notice that it's the evening of the party, of the gathering of the glory reborn, and Cyrus is looking mighty fine in his new threads that he's bought.
Like a nice old wine.
And he's sort of like, I can imagine that he's sort of like looking at the rest of you and sort of like try to look smart, at least.
Probably should have bathed Bartleby.
Bartleby, do you really need to carry that big staff around with you? You're going to a party.
Yeah, look like a professional.
Yeah, are you going to take your halberd to the party, or is it a case of we'll just take sheathable weapons or something? So you need to decide what you're going to take. I don't need to know that. I trust you implicitly. It's absolutely fine. But you are picking up Sophia, Cyrus, are you not?
Oh yeah.
And she
Not physically, she's a little heavy.
well,
She was sickly.
yeah,
She's sickly Sophia.
yeah.
And
Yeah, but Cyrus is only
5'1".
little, so
I'm 5'1", so
So when you arrive, she is in the most gaudy outfit you've ever seen in your life. It almost like looks like it's bridal in its composition. It's pure white. It clings to her. She's got areas of it that is just sort of like see-through lace, and that's it. And she seems to have a headdress on that actually has a veil going down the back. And she's very pleased to see you, Cyrus. Let me just take a drink.
Lean in on Cyrus and be like, "Hey man, play your cards right."
And yeah, well, she goes, "Oh, Cyrus, I didn't know whether or not you were turned up. I've been in a right flutter all day."
oh, my delicate flower. I can never disappoint you.
Oh,
You look just dangerous right now. That's how beautiful you look.
oh, Cyrus.
Yeah, I'm terrified to go outside with you right now. Look at you.
Cyrus, you are a complete flatterer. Roll your deceit. Unless you think she actually...
I'm concerned that Cyrus actually does think this is a date.
You gotta focus. You gotta pretend. It's an act.
Yeah, your method acting's a little too real. Cyrus.
Go for it. Roll your deceit.
mm.
Oh,
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use my last luck point. I'm gonna try to do this. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's see if I can
go on.
convince her. Come on. Come on. Roll the dice. That's better, but no.
Oh, never mind. And she sort of like thinks for a while, and she
And then
doesn't.
never mind, my love. And then I offer my hand to guide her outside.
And she sort of like takes it, and she sidles up to you, and she seems to be wearing some considerable high heels that she's not really very good in maneuvering with. And she sort of like says, Cyrus, if I fall, you might have to carry me in front of all these people. She says, looking at Bartleby, Lionel, and Merrick, because there's nobody else around at the moment. How unsightly that would be. We've hardly met, and you would be already whisking me off my feet, Cyrus, and carrying me down the street.
I love nothing more.
Who rolled then? Maywell ended up pulling. Yeah. 52 Yeah, can you tempt Sophia off?
I was thinking more. I could just like feed lines to Cyrus and use my seduction to augment his roles.
No, that would be possible when the next role comes up. So Sophia sort of like say, now she says, we're going to Lawrence McCain's party tonight. He is the most obnoxiously rude noble that you will ever meet. But let's face it, he actually does a beast of a party. It's, well, absolutely fantastic. And then later on, there will be this reborning, this glory thing that we will be able to attend. Oh, Cyrus.
Okay.
Cyrus, if there's anything dangerous, are you here to protect me?
I caress her hand as it's in mine.
Ooh,
I'll
Cyrus, I'm all
do
of a
everything
fluster.
within my power to avoid putting us in danger.
And
But really, I'm just like, meh.
I can imagine that your power is extremely strong. What's your skill? 52, is it?
For me?
No, for seduction. 52, yeah.
My seduction is 52, so yeah.
So that would be 12. Because it would be... Oh, no, 10.4, it would be 11.
Coming up to 11, yeah.
Yeah, because we always round up. So roll your deceit with an augment of 11.
Is it deceit or courtesy? It's actually the exact same. They're both 41. So.
Okay, then. The question is whether or not you're meaning what you're saying.
I definitely will protect myself.
So roll a deceit.
That's half of us.
Can I further augment this with my gambling? Like, I want to.
You can gamble with Bartleby to see whether or not.
Yeah, you can gamble on the results.
Yeah, you can gamble on the results. That's not a problem.
I'll turn to Merrick and Bartleby, being like,
I mean,
hey,
Bartleby's short 2 crowns. I'm sure he'd like to get them back.
2 ardent reach coins. We got to peel them off or peel her off of them by the end of the night.
Bartleby. Oh, he's not there.
He's been taken up.
I'm sat there waiting for you to, and then just looked over at the cameras, and he's gone. He's disappeared. We'll come back to that. There'll be a valid reason.
It's the influence of that magic dagger that he's picked up. He's clearly been corrupted by Discordium's
corrupted. Kill him. So Cyrus, you continue down the road with Sophia on your arm, and she does seem to be pointing or catching people's attention. I imagine it's a bit like the Shrek program at the film at the end when there's Fiona and is it Lord Farquhar or something like that?
Farquaad.
Yeah, as you're walking along and you can see she keeps sort of like saying, "Oh, Penelope, look," and sort of like points down to as if you are a trophy, something to be amazed with.
Which makes sense to me.
Yeah, Bartleby, are you there now?
While
Yeah,
you were
sorry.
away, Pickles, Lionel and Bartleby made a bet for all of your Argent crowns. That you're good with that, yeah?
Lionel wants to bet with you whether or not Cyrus and Sophia sort of like get it off together.
I believe the phrasing was that we'd have to peel her off him at the end by the
Yes.
end of the night.
I have a bad feeling that the bet is instead, well, similar, but she's going to skin him alive.
Oh,
We're dealing with a cult. Like,
okay then. Does Bartleby have a gambling skill?
I don't think I have a gambling skill.
Okay, then. So it will default onto your willpower. Okay, so let's get the opposed roll in first. So gambling and willpower. Willpower succeeds with a 52. Oh!
Ooh.
Are you looking it?
Yeah,
There's half an hour. You go to look it. Go.
Yeah,
Oh!
just under.
Just under. Okay, then. So, just to let you know, you will win the bet, Bartleby. You can decide how many coins you put into it. But
I don't like that I'm winning the bet.
just as you and Lionel is discussing this, you arrive at Lawrence McBain's noble house. And your first thing that you notice is that there seems to be strange stuffed animals on the doorway. You know, it seems to be seems to be music coming from within, a nice jig is playing. There seems to be banjos or something, stringed instruments and some woodwind instruments, and there's sort of like two stuffed animals on either side of the door, and you can see people are actually in the street drinking and people inside. And as you walk in, it seems that Cyrus, you notice that it's a free bar. It's completely free, you know, and there's just barrels of wine that you can just go and turn the tap on and just drain it into glasses as you walk in. And it seems to be a really popular party. Is there anything you would like to say or do?
But you are muted.
I'm gonna unmute myself, obviously, because I planned
Nice.
to. I'm gonna have Bartleby announce me and Sophia walking in.
Nice. Go for it, Bartleby.
I need a good introduction, Bartleby. Don't mess it up.
Yeah, I'll use my natural oratory skills to announce.
Do you have that one that increases your voice?
I do have that prayer. And you know what?
Might
I
be
made a bet
overkill.
recently, so I think I'm gonna use that.
Then again,
I'm gonna give the voice of Amriel to Boom,
Nice.
that Lord Cyrus Montague, and I'll just add like 3 more names onto that.
Alias.
Cool.
Alias. Yeah.
Has
And
arrived.
here's my
Third.
Oh yes, yeah, not a problem at all.
You know what? Why don't I make that a critical so I
critical.
don't have to take away a magic point?
Absolutely, yeah, no
Here's a
magic
luck.
point. And it sort of like brings everybody to almost like a silence, and everybody turns around and sees Cyrus and Sophia. Sophia is in her element. She's sort of like going, Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, yes, well, it is to be expected. Yes, yes, we've only just met. And she keeps dragging you off to different people to introduce you. However, at this point, I just need to roll a 1d100. Okay. And he sort of like brings you to different people and sort of like introduces you. And eventually she brings you up to the person who's organizing the party, Lawrence McCain. And she goes, "Oh, Lawrence," and Lawrence does the fake kissing on the cheeks. And, "Oh, Sophia, and tell me, who's this brute of a man you brought here?" "Oh, this is Cyrus. Cyrus Lawrence."
Charmed.
"Oh, I am completely charmed as well. Cyrus, is that short for anything?"
It's short for Styresiphorus.
"Oh,
Not Cyristifer?
uh, well, that's that. Well, welcome to the party, young man. And what a golden catch you have with Sophia here.
Oh, you
Are
don't have to tell
there
me.
Are there wedding bells on the horizon?" Sophie goes, "Oh, Lawrence, we haven't got that far yet, but you never know. Tonight may be the night, Cyrus."
Never jump on a good thing too fast.
"Oh, never jump. Oh dear, what a exciting evening we're going to have." And as you walk, is it, Cyrus, is there anything you want to add or ask Lawrence McCain?
No, I'm just gonna kind of follow like the night and try to like mingle and whatnot, pretend as much as that I care about anyone what anyone's doing. Mostly, I'm kind of wanting to point for my three servants to kind of scatter and see what they can find.
Okay, got ya.
Well, first off, as a proper servant, I'm going to make sure to bring just enough alcohol to Cyrus that he doesn't cause problems trying to get alcohol.
Okay. Before you do that, can you, Cyrus? Can you roll a willpower check first?
I'm too late.
Okay. And then Bartleby, Merrick, and Lionel, can you first of all make a perception check that is formidable?
Oof.
I'm not going to
Ooh.
make it, but
Oh wait,
Oh,
someone.
Merrick!
No.
Merrick, whoa.
Well, I think that might just do it.
Yeah.
Pulling out the big guns.
critical
Okay.
formidable.
So
Okay.
critical.
Merrick, you get 2 willpower rolls.
Oh,
Okay, and you can use whichever one you want.
That one came out all right.
You have another one.
I'll use the first one, the one that made it.
Or you could use a point of luck and change it into a 36.
Yeah, for the sake of 3-point difference between them, that does not seem worth using luck on,
Okay, then.
even this late in the game.
So, Lionel and Bartleby, you need to make 1 willpower check. Just 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
ooh, damn.
So, the following thing happens. Lionel and Merrick, you feel a gentle push in your mind. You manage to resist it and almost like make it stop. It almost like felt as something was trying to push into your headspace. But you managed to, you sort of like felt it as if somebody was sinking their fingers into your head to try to find something, but you managed to resist it. Bartleby, you feel the same, but it seems to almost like grab something and pull it away.
Given how close Bartleby's... Actually, no, never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, no, I leave my mental door open for Amriel.
Okay.
Get an open door policy.
Just stay for tea next time, you know?
And your critical role, Merrick, I think it was you got the...
I got a crit on my perception.
And, oh no, Leon, yeah, you crit on your perception. And then... So
Lionel critted the willpower.
Yeah, so it was the perception that was the important one. Because you actually notice Lawrence McCain has just cast a spell.
Has he indeed?
And you can see he's literally following his eyes. You sort of like see him scanning over his guests and just sort of like pausing his eyes on each person as he looks around, if that makes sense. And he's just sort of like he seems to be concentrating on it, and he sort of like seems to scan the room, and then all of a sudden seems to snap out the conversation as somebody comes towards him and he says, "Terence, it's lovely to see you. Oh, what a lovely goatee you've grown." And he seems to be his own self again. Is there anything that you would like to do or say?
I would like to locate Bartleby.
Yeah.
And quietly inform him our host has just been casting spells. I don't know what they were for, but actual spells, not spirits, casting spells. Is there any way you can shut him down?
Well, certainly I can shut down a spell.
Bartleby goes over and whacks him with his staff. I shut him down.
That seems effective.
Stop concentrating.
Yeah.
Well, first off, let's take a little look and see how bad this actually is.
So he's not concentrating at the moment. He's talking to Terence.
Yeah.
I just want to see if there's any, remnants around. Please, you gotta give me a little bit of arm space though for this one.
This is a wavy hands one.
Of course, it's all about the arms. We know this.
Yeah. Well, you're always standing so close to me, so.
Oh.
13 of 99.
There is some. How can I put this? There's a flicker of magic in this place. You're not too sure where it's coming from, but it's almost like there's, imagining a will-o'-the-wisp.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like that, and it just seems to be moving around the room. It seems to be hovering above people's heads, but that's all. And it's definitely not a spirit. It's definitely magic that is doing it.
Hmm.
I don't think people
And it's just like
used magic.
Is it like one wisp or is it
just one?
Multiple. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna attempt to dismiss it.
We've neutralized magic, yeah. Is that
Dismiss magic technically, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then you can roll your exhort.
And this is when we find out it's going to be 12 points of what is it? Magnitude.
Magnitude. Yeah.
Let's see, where is it? Which would beat my 11. 82 of 97.
Okay, you cast it and it instantly disappears. It just feels as if you just went phew, and almost like turned it off. It didn't seem to have a lot of power behind it. You just sort of like, just as you finished doing that, Lawrence announces to everyone and says, okay, now is the time, everybody, to my cellar. And there's a series of jitters and people go, ooh. And Sophia leans over to you, Cyrus, and says, oh, this is the fun part. You will love this. But please, Cyrus, protect me in the cellar. It's very cold and damp. Hold me close.
Party's in a cellar.
There's one thing I
Hold
know how to do,
parties in the
baby.
cellar. It's a secret organization.
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing I know how to do, baby, it's warm someone up.
So the people seem to be going down a set of stairs. There's a door at the ground level that opens up, and there's a set of stairs that come down. And then it leads you into what appears to be a cellar. I'm just going to pop you onto it. Can you see?
It's full of doppelgangers.
So this, the doppelgangers are, imagine that those are people.
That's
Okay.
just the generic partygoers, I assume.
Yeah. These are pillars.
Pillars.
And can you see this person here? This is Lawrence.
Is that Lawrence?
So
Cool.
everybody goes down, and everybody spaces out, and it's sort of like flaming torches on the walls at this point. And there's a huge amount of excitement. And Cyrus, Sophia sort of like grabs your arm a little bit more. And all of a sudden, Lawrence comes into the room. Just to let you know, he comes in from this corner down here. Can you see where I'm pinging everyone?
Yeah.
He comes in from there, and he's robed. He has like a full length robe on with a hood up as well. And he walks in, and the people go silent. It's as if they've seen this before, if that makes sense. And he doesn't call for silence or anything. That he gets to the middle and his head's down like this, and then he lifts it up and pulls the hood back a bit and goes, "It's me, Lawrence, just so you know." And everybody goes,
I know that guy.
And he sort of like puts his hood back up and straightens. And he says, "My friends, my favorite friends and keen followers, welcome to this, the 5th meeting of the Glory Reborn group." And there's huge amounts of clapping and cheering and excitement. What did somebody put in the chat? Yes, and he then says, "We are here to celebrate that once again the nobles of Argent Reach will be in the position of power and will have dominance over the common folk." And there's another cheer and go, yeah. And Sophia looks at you, so and says, "Oh, anything that we can do to get over the common folk is beneficial."
Disgusting rats they are.
And he goes on to say, "Especially those hideous rack pickers." And again, there's a tremendous
He's
applause
got it in for the ragpickers.
and really sort of like cheering. Hang on. And people are agreeing with him. And they go, oh, yes, yes. And Sophia is saying to you, Cyrus, oh, I'm so pleased he's there. And he sort of like holds up his hands, and everybody carries on talking, and he sort of like looks up. He says, when I hold my hands up, you stop talking. And they go, oh, yes, sorry, Lawrence. Sorry. No, don't worry. It's fine. And he puts them down and holds them up, even though there's silence already. We have heard before about the greatness that awaits us, and we are really looking forward to everything. But tonight is a special night because we have a fellow glory seeker who has come to the meeting to demonstrate how powerful we will end up being. I give you the one and only dark-robed sorcerer. And at this point, somebody else appears out of the alcove. I will put him on, and then I'll describe. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Lawrence sort of like steps to one side, and he's sort of like this dark-robed sorcerer or spellcaster or just general nasty person appears, and he doesn't need to call for silence because everything is immediately quiet, and you don't need to get use a perception roll to notice this, that there seems to be a faint smell of decay and rot that seems to emanate from this person. But this is not the first thing that, or the thing that really captures your attention, because what happens next is that three more people enter the room. I'm just bringing them on, and then I will reveal them to you.
This feels like a slowly unsheath your sword moment.
Yes, definitely.
This sounds like
Just
I should start.
quietly
I'm gonna
sliding the
start
scabbard
casting
off my longsword.
spell resistance and dodge resistance really quick.
Just let me. I'm going to bring these on, and then we're going to stop for the night. Just so you know, I just need to get to this point, and you will have the opportunity to cast spells, etc. When we return, we will return to this point.
What?
And what?
Terrifying person.
What
Why is there a smiley guy that
It's the laughing man. We've suddenly swapped a ghost in the shell.
What actually happens is the sort of like dark-robed, nasty, smelly person waits, and these two huge, burly men who seem to be dragging great hammers as well come in to the room, dragging somebody with them, and the dark-robed caster or thing, undead, says, "This is a horrid little rag picker. And everybody boos and hisses from the crowd. And he says, it is and apparently we need to use him to become part of the future. Tonight, we are going to make him pay. And there's a slight hush around the room, and you notice that 2 or 3 people almost like take a step backwards, and Sophia grabs onto your arm even more as you actually notice that being held in between the 2 guards, or the 2 burly guards here, is actually Badger.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be. Yeah. Into the hush that will be broken by Merrick's voice. Like, actually, what you're going to do is let him go.
Okay, and just before we do that, I just need to do one more thing. I'm just changing the token because I got the wrong token for the Dark Robe Magician. Can you see the new token?
Yeah.
Yep.
But as that happens, this is actually something that comes, Merrick, and you don't have to be there, but it comes from this area. It seems to be a black ghost, almost like a wraith, completely.
Bloody spirits.
Yes. You've seen things like this. It's a manifested spirit, and it seems to just pass through the wall, and then it passes through the wall and materializes and appears to be traveling down to the front area and possibly straight for Badger. And we will leave it there. Next week or next time, we will roll initiative. That'll be the first thing that we do. If you want to launch into combat, if you want to do something else, then
No, definitely launching into combat.
We're
That's
fine
not
with
an
this.
that is
We can
absolutely.
wait a second, see what happens, and then launch the combat.
That's my mate. I'm sorry, we're not having this.
I can just put a spirit shield on him and watch that wraith bounce off. Like,
Ooh.
it's just
Now
gonna
that
be
would
like,
be
boing,
lovely if you
boing.
care to do that. But that's
I
not going to
care.
stop me killing the sorcerer and preferably skewing McCain as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Cyrus is saying, "Get off, Sophia, I've got work to do," as he starts to spellcast. Right. We'll leave it.
Cyrus is probably saying, "Get off, Sophia, you're spilling my wine."
Yeah.
Seems more in character.
So we will start from that position next time, and we can go straight into combat if we wish, or if you want to flee, Cyrus, the doors are right behind you. So it's completely... Well, I'm just thinking you might have to flee with Sophia and protect her. Or give her to the spirit. No, don't take him, take her. But we will see. The burly men, by the way, have sort of like breeches on and belts, but they're bare chested. That's how you know they're burly. They look incredibly strong, and they have these 2-handed great hammers that they're literally dragging on into the room. So they had one hand on Badger, and the other hand is dragging.
And the other's holding a hammer.
A massive hammer, both of them. And so that's where we will leave it. So
Of course, I wouldn't bring my halberd for this, to look professional.
as I said at the beginning, it is totally up to you what you have. I realize that anybody can make how can one say make an argument for having things, but it's up to you. I don't mind what you have and what
No,
you
I'll
don't
stick to the
have.
longsword.
Um,
I'm going this longsword.
just to I told you. So these are pillars, and then all these other people are just guests. And Sophia's with
Yeah.
you, Captain. So Cyrus, sorry, she occupies the same square as you, but you can of course throw her to the ground or feed her to the spirit. It's absolutely up to you. Just before we leave, can you just, because I just popped you on that board. I assume you would prefer to be at the back, but if there's any place that you would prefer to be, if you want to swap Bartleby and Cyrus over or whatever, then I'm more than happy.
I'm happy where I'm at.
Yeah, just to use that back line of squares.
I think, honestly, I think the two with weapons would probably have had to follow in last because we don't fit in with the crowd. We're clearly, servitors. So maybe following in at the back and being just inside the door would make sense.
Yeah.
It's completely up to you. I'm not.
Merrick there.
You can be like that. I have no objection to you being in a nice little line for my. Where's my? Is it? Let's have a look.
Not that I don't want to be standing right next to the spirit, although I don't want to be standing right next to the spirit.
That is look, absolutely
perfect,
fine.
isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to change it because it's more that color.
Yeah.
Ew, booby.
That's okay though, because in
you.
a direct line between him and me, there's at least one member of the party, the party small p rather than party big P. So I've got some cover from an innocent noble.
Yeah,
they'll die first.
You will definitely get some cover as it comes. So everybody happy where they are there now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that.
Happy is too strong a word.
Right in front of me, use them as a human shield.
You're going to get a passion, Lionel. I tell you. Who's got defend the innocent?
Hazra.
Oh, was it Hazra who got that?
Now we don't have to do it anymore.
We don't do that anymore.
I'm going to give Leon something like use human shields where possible, just sort of like grab whoever's close. Brilliant. Okay, then. So that's the end of the session tonight, and we'll see what happens next time. Mr. Pickles, have you started your podcast?
Well, you're going to be really pleased to hear now that we are officially out of that Greek jail. Everybody's money and everybody who chimed in while we were suffering really helped. So I wanted to appreciate everybody. We have a really interesting project. We made a lot of friends in jail, and Captain Kangaroo and I have something that we're happy to announce, but I'm going to let him do the honors once we get there.
Okay, we're looking forward to that. Fish not fish. You did Mapper Monday.
I did a Mapper Monday last week. I will be doing a Mapper Monday hopefully this week.
Fantastic.
My Echoes of Legend campaign, unfortunately, we had technical issues and we had to delay it. So that's now going out on Tuesday the 25th. We will be playing Echoes of Legend, and that would be under the normal sequencing, that would actually have it running 2 weeks in a row. But what we're doing, since that's going to be the end of the current scenario, we're going to take September off while I write the next scenario and then come back to it for the beginning of October. Good. But Tuesday the 25th on Leashing Barguests is the finale of the current adventure in Echoes of Legend.
How exciting. Lionel, Biohazard, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Yeah, so I have a friend here in Germany that's a streamer, and so we are gonna be co-streaming games right now. So like the new Total War Vietnam or something like that. It was pitching me to play this game with him since like neither of us have played it, and so just go in
Nice.
blindly and just get into shenanigans.
Sounds brilliant. And when will that be?
So we are planning to start in September. So
Right.
probably the second weekend of September.
Nice. So keep advertising it, and we'll put a link in the chat. Send me the link for it, and I'll pop it in the chat when it comes up. Just to let you know, I should be streaming tomorrow night. Also, don't forget that if you would like to become an integral part of the campaign, then do check out the orders, and there will be more details coming up after we finish in the little cards that run afterwards. Cyrus, Captain Kangaroo, tell us all about this wonderful thing that you and Mr. Pickles are doing.
Well, obviously, there was a mild international incident that I guess we were involved in. I don't know, so we kind of had to get out of the Mediterranean. But our friend that we made in jail, he told us a nice Airbnb island in the Caribbean. A friend of his, I guess. I don't know. But it's pretty. It's a little weird. A lot of doors with the locks on the outside. A lot of Teen Vogue magazines.
Oh no.
But and there's one. It's really there's one spare bathroom. There's a lot of orange makeup everywhere. It's weird, but and it smells like I don't know, like Big Mac farts. But besides that,
Okay.
we're gonna be doing a nice like kind of Big Brother thing, where we're kind of having a fun time. We're gonna live stream. There's cameras everywhere on this island. I don't know why. It's weird, but it's nice that the infrastructure's already there. So we're gonna have a good time with that. It's somewhere in the Virgin Islands. I thought that was kind of a weird place, but yeah, we'll have a good time. So look forward to that. We'll tell you where. Here's the thing: we were posting stuff. We were posting stuff. The FBI didn't care. There's like, no, we don't care. It's like, okay, so we're just gonna
Just
keep
go
doing
for
that.
it.
Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. So look out for that. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, so that'll be on Mr. Pickles' Twitch channel if you're interested. Just search for Mr. Pickles and it'll be there. Okay, thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate you coming along. Don't forget you can catch up with the VOD afterwards on YouTube. Yeah, and until next time, make sure you stay safe and healthy. And until then, it's goodbye from me, goodbye. And it's goodbye from them.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey, bye.
you are out of it. Oh, hang on. Let me turn your Zoom off. Brilliant. Well done, folks.